Activision devs do not play their own game. It's not your dad doesn't support you.
You should know, you worked at a coffee shop, you stupid bitch.
My name is Casey, and absolutely not fucking Tanner, because my parents don't hate me that much.
Hey, did they have just 8 patches lined up, but they just didn't release them because they were on break? No, you moron kids.
Then we'll, of course, get into it. Change your fucking name and get scammed. He's feeling under the weather.
I probably won't say another word until Stay Humble, so have a good pod, Raz. I'll be here listening.
Got it. We are live! Welcome, boys and girls, to the Dropshot Call of Duty podcast, episode number 249. My name is Casey, also known as Razinon. I am joined, as always, by my good friend Tanner.
Yo.
How's life, buddy? You look deep in thought.
I was adding something to the notes.
Adding something to the notes, huh? Very interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That's interesting.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Which thing are you referring to?
Oh, never mind. Not the thing you added. Okay, yeah.
Oh, that I already added.
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome. All right, so today we're doing an episode. If you're new here, there are timestamps. And if you want to skip to whatever you want to listen to, feel free to do that. You can, because it's conveniently timestamped for you, the episode. And if you're not, welcome. So today, Season 4 Reloaded, obviously, is the news of the hour. This came out this morning, or this afternoon, depending on where you are. And that is why we're doing this on Wednesday instead of our usual Thursday. We want to get this sucker out there ASAP, play it, and get a lot of Patreon content done. So, before we get into it, a couple of announcements. First, welcome. Oh, wait, we have no new patrons. Cool. We had to wait for Tanner's soundboard to kickstart. So, we have no new patrons, which is obviously unacceptable.
Nice, man.
Sick. And you guys are missing out, which we're going to get into in a moment. But we did have some upgraders. So young Pibby boy, Pibius Maximus, has upgraded from up tier to Damascus. Let's absolutely go. I believe he was platinum, which is a good solid tier to be at. But what's a better
I think he was
one?
gold. I think he was a gold peasant.
And which is what I said. And he's upgraded straight to the top, Damascus, getting all of them thangs, them bonus eps, 7 in fact, monthly hangout access, and more items. Pib, who's been listening forever, by the way. Pib's been around a long time. A long time. Not the longest, but quite a while, I would say.
A while, yeah.
And we welcome him, not long enough for Tanner, apparently, and we welcome him to the upper echelon of the Dropshot Society, the Damascus patrons. Pib, thank you very, very much, dude. Also, more importantly, we had an Obsidian patron for a month, and he abdicated for reasons that are unknown to us, which is fine. Maybe we wanted to do a one-time deal thing. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But filling the vacancy, because there can only be one Obsidian patron, is Tanner's shit brother-in-law, Christopher, aka Hank Scorpio. Grown-ass man, independently wealthy, family man, depriving his children of a college education, which makes it all the more sweeter, really, by upgrading to being the only, the best, the biggest Chad, the Obsidian patron. Wow. Why would Chris do something like this, Tanner? You know him in real life.
I don't know. He's an idiot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty dumb person for sure. I don't know. I think he just gets off spending money or something, I guess. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Big money guy.
Big money guy.
Like spending money.
Real money guy. Yeah. So, hey, money guy, Hank Scorpio. Thank you, dude.
I mean, he eats at Five Guys, so he must have fucking money, right?
Okay. Sure. Chris, thank you very much, brother. Very long time, very generous supporter of the program. And he continues it still with the upgrade. So, Chris, thank you, King. You're a Chad. And we welcome you, the one and only Obsidian patron. Now, speaking of Patreon, two things. First of all, we had our Damascus patron hangout. We tried playing Fall Guys. Everyone was having fun except Tanner because I couldn't be stopped. I just won over and over and over and over again, and I'm the Fall Guys champion. The 2-time, the back-to-back. And then Tanner was seething, and he said, no, get off. Get off. I don't want to lose anymore. We can't do this. So then we played some Rocket League. And it was a good, fun, and exciting time. And I had a blast. Will we play Fall Guys ever again? No. The game's
I uninstalled it immediately after.
They simply take too long, and that's the problem. And you can't really customize at all the rule set. So we had 12 people. And then for the first match, there were only 2 people left. And they did 4 rounds where no one got eliminated. We were like, what the fuck is this?
Well, it was different
dumb.
every time. We selected, you select your game mode or whatever, and one match, there'd be us 12. And after the first round, it would kick 2 people out. Then there'd be 10 people. And then the next round, it'd kick another 2 people out that got last place. And it just kept doing that and doing that. Or there was 2 random maps where after the first match, it kicked everyone out but 2. Yeah. And then it was the grand final all of a sudden. It's how does this video game work?
It's because some of the game modes within Knockout are don't fall off the wheel. And if no one falls off the wheel, everyone advances. And if they all fall off the wheel, then the last person standing wins.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's because when there was the race version, it would guaranteed eliminate 2 and only 2 people. Or whatever proportion. For our game, it was a guaranteed 2 are getting eliminated. But there were others where it was it's possible you all survive. It's possible none of you survive. I think that's what was happening. But it was pretty weird. So we'll never do that again. But
and
it was fun.
It's meant for actually 60 players because it says it's for it was ideal for 20 to 60 players and we had 12. So it's a lot more exciting when there's all those people fighting over jumping onto one little pad and everyone's getting knocked off and shit. So when there's only 10 people, it's not as fun. Yeah. And it's probably the worst game I've ever played. Yeah. I genuinely don't know how people play it every game.
I would say that.
Play it every day. Yeah. I will say this: it's a way more difficult game than Call of Duty and Warzone by a fucking mile.
True. Yeah.
I mean, it is actually a hard game. It just isn't.
I'm so good at it.
I don't know. It's just kind of boring, I guess.
2-time champion.
It looks fun, but then you play it and it's it's kind of boring.
It would have been fun with a fuller lobby, like you said.
Oh, 60 people would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we get 60 Damascus patrons to come to a hangout, we'll for sure do Fall Guys again.
For sure.
Until then, Rocket League's a good jam. Poker, I think I want to do next month. Anyway, it was a good time. So
let's try poker again.
More importantly, this morning we had a Patreon episode go live. This was a platinum episode, so the gold patrons won't be able to get this one. And that was for a couple reasons. Principally, it was because we covered leaks. It was a very new episode format for us. And it's kind of like what we had planned to do, which is talk about all the leaks we have so far for MW 2 and Warzone 2, and then paint a picture of what the next game is going to look like. Then Tanner, while browsing QAnon, as he does every morning, finally succumbed to the Telegram ad on QAnon's homepage, installed that, and then joined a Telegram channel, among probably many others, and the FBI should take a closer look at those channels, by Reality UK, covering leaks relating to MW 2 and Warzone 2 and DMZ. So we were gonna, based on those things in that Telegram channel, paint the picture, because that was a pretty cumulative review of like maybe not everything that's been leaked so far, but quite a lot of it. But then through looking at it, we were like, okay, there's actually so much here that we need to like focus in on one particular thing. And therefore, for this Patreon episode that went live today, we honed in on DMZ, which is the most different mode. And it's the thing we know the least about, because we know what multiplayer is going to look like. We know what Warzone is going to look like mostly. We don't really know what DMZ is going to look like. So we started there, and it was a long episode. It was super enlightening. For me, it was a first pass looking at all of these leaks. So some of the things we had heard already, many of them we had not. And it was actually super enlightening. And I learned a lot looking at all of the leaks in there about DMZ. And we speculated on quite a bit based on those leaks. And it was a really, 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 really good Patreon episode. And for those of you who are Escape from Tarkov fans, or you're excited for DMZ, regardless of that, you want a new, different kind of Call of Duty experience, and you're looking forward to what DMZ might be, absolutely listen to this episode, because we cover all of the DMZ leaks that have been leaked thus far. And it was a really, really good, strong episode that I'm very, very pleased with. And we've been getting a lot of good feedback on it. What are your thoughts on that episode?
Yeah, can you hear my fan in the background, by the way?
You're good.
Is it loud when I talk? Okay. That was probably one of my most favorite episodes, bonus episodes we've recorded in the last few months, actually, because the biggest thing is no one has talked about any of these leaks. Like, we hadn't even seen these. So basically they were posted on Twitter at a time, and then it was all taken down. I think he got copyright stricken, however you say that. And so all of his tweets were deleted, but his account wasn't deleted. So all of that info was gone, and he put it onto Telegram, where it won't get deleted. So we had to download the app. It was a disaster, but there were so many crazy things in there about DMZ that literally no one has covered except for him. It's just strings straight from the COD mobile files. And it was very, very interesting stuff. There was some shit that most of it we read through the first time as we were doing the episode. So it was kind of like our like first impressions of hearing these leaks, and then also our like first thoughts of how that would play. And there was some shit that we were like, dude, no way, are you serious? So I thought, excellent episode. Really loved talking about all that stuff. And yeah, everyone liked it so much. We probably will do the same type of episode, but on all the MW2 leaks that we have so far, which is on that same Telegram. We just didn't cover them because there's too much. And it's not as nearly as many like surprising and shocking things as DMZ, but there's still a lot of things we could talk about and go over. So that'll probably be another bonus episode coming up soon. But yeah, I fucking love doing this episode.
Yeah, that was really good. And we learned a lot. And because in that Telegram channel, it was like, there was some artwork, and then there was a bunch of file names. And therefore, there's some room for interpretation with the file names and what they mean. And through looking at that, I realized, oh, okay, a lot of these leakers on Twitter are taking their leak about animals are coming to Warzone, for example, is based on a file name in the files of the game that says like multiplayer _ rhino _ weapon category. And they are way over extrapolating this to mean animals are coming to Warzone, for example. And I was like, oh, okay. So if we look at the file names ourselves, because we have more than 2 brain cells to rub together, we can actually come to some fairly plausible theories on what we're actually getting in the next game and what we're actually looking at and what's actually being leaked. So we were like kind of at the source, and I really liked that Because I think a lot of these leakers, like Tom Henderson, probably sees a file name and thinks the same thing we do. Like, oh, okay, that probably means this, maybe it means that, or I have no idea what this means. But then there are other leakers, right, who see a file name and just wildly overinterpret the fuck out of it so that they can get retweets on Twitter. And being able to look at the file names ourselves, we can circumvent the dumb fucks on Twitter who only want clout. So I'm very pleased that we have this avenue now available to us, and I am super excited about it. And as Tanner said, we will almost guaranteed do another Patreon episode for everyone, all patrons, next time on multiplayer or Warzone 2, or both, if there's enough for both.
I don't think there's much there on Warzone 2. There was very little.
Like yeah, it
was
didn't
very
look
little.
like it.
It was mostly multiplayer.
We'll give it another once over. Maybe just everything else besides DMZ. We'll see. But that's going to be a Patreon episode coming very soon, and that'll be available almost certainly at Gold. Maybe not, but probably. Because I want to give all the patrons an opportunity to experience what that type of episode is like, since we had never done it before. But we've gotten, again, really, really positive feedback on this DMZ leaks coverage. So for those of you who are patrons, Platinum and above, you guys have access to it. It's live now. You can go listen at your leisure or watch. And if you're Gold and you're really interested in DMZ, hey, get fleeced, upgrade. Simple.
True.
And thanks in advance. But yeah, I'm deeply, deeply pleased with that episode. And I'm excited to do more of them. And now we have that resource going forward, so when there's a new info dump, more file names and shit, we can go over those again, and I'm very excited to do that. And I don't think, as an addendum here, we will ever be doing that type of episode publicly, because I do not want to incur the wrath of Activision. That is not something we are interested in. I do not want to get taken off Twitter or, God forbid, YouTube. That would be really bad. I don't think they'd be able to take away our RSS feed, but they might be able to on YouTube, and they definitely could on Twitter, maybe for covering file names or something. So this will always be Patreon only shit for that reason. So just so you know, but very excited for the future there, and check it out if you would like to. So other than that, Tanner, any other announcements?
No.
If you're listening for the jingle, here it is. Czar Mega with the absolute prime gaming sub. 7 months. Welcome back, Czar. It's been a while, brother. Haven't seen you in a minute, and it's good to see you back. Thank you, buddy, for the absolute prime sub. Today, Season 4 Reloaded. The patch notes are live. The patch itself is live. A lot to get into. Let's dive right the fuck in. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So, first thing is playlist updates, which I'm not going to cover, except for pointing out this. Week of August 11th, Caldera. World Series of Warzone BR Trios. Okay. What does that mean? Why is it in the playlist updates? Is that going to be a public playlist anyone can play? Do we know? Do you know the details on this, Tanner?
On the World Series of Warzone?
Yeah, why it's listed on the playlist updates.
No, I don't. I haven't read it yet. We'll get into it later in the news, though.
Okay. Because I know mean, World Series of Warzone's coming.
Thing, yeah.
Okay. So that's the only thing that really sticks out here. So we'll get into more details on that. Oh, and also Titanium Trials, which is Iron Trials, is starting on August 11th, and that's going to run for 2 weeks. And it looks like it is only quads. So we got that question answered. So there you go on that.
Which is good. I think quads is the best game mode.
Yep.
Or for Iron Trials, Titanium Trials.
Probably. So a few details on Iron Trials, a few more details. There are challenges you can get. If you do all 8 challenges, you get a weapon camo. And then I believe if you win 20 times, you get another weapon camo. Which I believe, because they had alluded to some thing you get beyond, it was like a secret challenge or whatever for Titanium Trials. And I believe this is it. Skynet. Win 20 times in Titanium Trials. Reward Ultra Skynet Vanguard weapon camo. When unlocked, this will appear in the events camo category. That's interesting. They're making a
It does look pretty cool.
for it. And it does look fucking cool.
Looks very cool.
What gun is that? The UGM?
I don't know. It'll work for all Vanguard guns, but that's like the UGM or something.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's very cool. I really like that.
I assume it will.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows?
Because it's not a blueprint, it's a weapon camo. That's fucking cool, actually. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I like that idea going forward as a reward in general. You get a weapon camo you can put on anything. Just like if you do the endowment pack. If you buy that, it gives you a weapon camo you can put on any gun for...
Fortune's Keep had one like that. I think if you did all the Fortune's Keep challenges, they've done that for other like events and stuff like this. Yeah.
I didn't recall that. I knew it was the case for the endowment pack, but I don't remember. I'm sure you're right, but
maybe it was just one specific gun then in the Fortune's Keep, and I don't remember.
Either way, they're doing it now. Or continuing to do it, and that's fucking cool. And this is a good looking camo. So if you want this, you'll have 2 weeks to win 20 times in Titanium Trials quads, which is
pretty cool because that's hard to do.
Tall order. Yeah.
That's what I think is kind of interesting. So if you see people with this, you're like, damn, that's actually that's if you won 20 games of Titanium Trials in 2 weeks. If you played 20 matches of Warzone in 2 weeks, you should be awarded the Medal of Honor from President Biden. But
that's true.
Winning
that's
20
correct.
Titanium Trials matches in 2 weeks, that's a tall... I mean, I won't be doing this, I'll tell you right now. I won't even be going for it. But those that do go for it and want to grind for that...
Trials, I'm absolutely doing
That's true, yeah, maybe. Winning 20 times, though, that's a lot, man.
That's a fucking lot.
In 14 days, yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
You got to be gaming for that.
And this is, again, reinstating the trend of Call of Duty releasing camos for a limited time that you can never fucking get again, which I really liked about MW 2019, the gunfight tournaments they had.
Yeah.
Like, all right, if you win a gunfight tournament, you get a weapon blueprint, which isn't as cool as a camo you can apply to anything. And if once the tournament's over, get fucked. You can never get that blueprint again. I like that. And this is continuing that trend. So there you go. We're getting a new mode, Rebirth of the Dead, today through August 11th. Okay, Zombie Royale on Rebirth Island with a twist. Okay, so players become zombies when they die. Zombies collect antivirals to redeploy as a human, blah, blah, blah. We've seen this before. Yeah, I actually don't care about this. Zombies that perform a finishing move on a human will redeploy. That's kind of cool. I mean, don't let yourself get assassinated by a zombie, but go off. So yeah, this is basically like the Halloween event we saw, the good one, not the shit one we had last. There's a couple different rules. I'm not going to read them. It doesn't matter that much, but it's going to be fun, and I will be playing it. And again, timing's weird. It's not Halloween, so it's going to be strange. But yeah. You going to play this, Tanner? You're muted.
Yeah, definitely. I don't understand it. I don't know why they're doing it now.
Sorry.
But I'm definitely going to play this, yeah. It's in right now, yeah. So this is one of the playlists that is in right now, Rebirth of the Dead quads, I believe, on Rebirth. It's in right now, so I want to try it out. I was watching, I think Breadman was playing it earlier. It looked pretty cool. It looked fun. It's like a fun little time, man.
Oh, yeah. What was I going to say? One final note. It seems the golden vaults have been opened. Who knows what awaits you inside? Interesting.
Nice, man.
I wonder if
What do you
that
think's in
applies
there?
only to this playlist or to Rebirth in general.
You think it's zombies in there? Just more zombies or what?
Who knows what awaits me inside? I don't. You know?
Yeah.
So
True.
anyway. Okay, so here are some details on Titanium Trials. 152 players. Holy shit. 152 players on Caldera. So that is a lot. That's more than we've, I think, ever had in Warzone ever. Because the original, like, Verdansk max size was 150. And then on Caldera it was 150. And currently on Caldera, it's 130. So this is going to feel like a lot more people, actually. And I'm kind of curious why they do that for Iron Trials. And I'm not calling it Titanium Trials anymore.
More
It's too many
competitive,
syllables.
yeah.
So we're referring to Titanium Trials. I'm done saying that, though. I'm saying Iron Trials. But isn't that weird? 152 players?
Yeah.
You think it's going to feel a lot different?
Well, what was it last time? I feel like it was like in the 130s, wasn't it? 140s?
I think it was like 140 last time. I don't think it was different last time than standard BR player count, but standard BR player count wasn't 130 like it is now.
Yeah. I don't know. This sounds like a lot of players for something that has more health than regular Warzone, regular Caldera. Sounds like probably too many, honestly.
I'm a little concerned with this many people and with the slow time to kill. You're going to be getting third-partied a fuck ton.
Oh, yeah. That's all
And
going to be
getting
third parties.
third-partied is like, I mean, it's always bad. But, I mean, it's even worse in Iron Trials, arguably. Because, I don't know. Like, if you get third-partied in regular BR, you can hopefully fuck up the first team quickly enough so that you can, like, replate, reload, and then take the team trying to third-party you.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard to do that in Iron Trials. And there are more people now. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I suspect there's going to be a lot of third-partying going on.
Absolutely.
So, there you go. Max base armor threshold increased to 300 hit points for a total of 400 effective health when fully plated.
So it is the same as Iron Trials. That's what we were talking about. As we figured it was going to be more so they've lowered the health and added more armor.
Correct, which is a weird choice. Core health's 100 HP.
Yeah.
When in regular BR it's 150. That's super interesting.
I mean, I think it's good because I was worried that there was going to be too much health in this mode, you know? So I think overall this is better than what we originally thought. Yeah, if it was more than 400 health, I was going to start getting real worried. That's why I said this sounds terrible. But now that I know it's only 400 health, this sounds a lot closer to Iron Trials. Just swapping plates for health.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Weird choice, but yeah, maybe it's just easier. I don't know. Weird. Regenning takes significantly longer to heal fully. Tempered is more frequent. Each player begins and returns with a self-res. There are going to be so many people on the map for so fucking long, it's actually insane. This is a wild choice. And it's going to feel a lot different than Iron Trials did last time. I can guarantee you that much. For sure. So, anyway. Custom built loot table to support the higher TTK gameplay. Yeah. Cost of loadouts begins at a high price point and decreases over the duration of the match. So yeah, the longer the game goes on, the cheaper a loadout is. I kind of like that. Updated infiltration cinematic for Terminator operators. That's a cute way to sell bundles. You get a different infill cinematic if you're a Terminator. That's pretty funny.
Brother. Yeah.
Are you going to be buying either of those?
though?
What if I'm Terminator and you guys aren't? Because it's quads. You guys like drive in on a Jeep. Oh, wait.
I don't know.
No, there's the helicopter. Somebody's not on the chopper with you. I'm in a different fucking thing. I come in from Mars. Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. So
Cool,
what are your
man.
thoughts on this, Tanner?
Better than I thought it was going to be. Sounds more in line with Iron Trial, so I'm excited to play this now.
You don't think the self-res thing is going to be a disaster?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's Iron Trial's resurgence essentially. Yeah.
People are going to be alive for so fucking long. You guys better buy 8 ammo boxes, actually. I mean,
and with
this is
152 players, yeah, there's going to be 80 people in the final circle, probably.
Yeah, this is going to be nuts, dude. Actually nuts. But I'm excited to try it. I'm not, totally writing it off. I don't like the self-res thing. But that's kind of it. Everything else I'm fine with. So we'll let you guys know how that goes. All right, then we got some bug fixes. None of these are that relevant. They screenshotted their Trello board that they never update with known issues. And there are a lot of things. Again, not reading any of that. Private match support for Fortune's Keep. Hooray! Oh, wait.
Wow.
With the success of our newest map, Fortune's Keep, the team is working hard to bring the experience of private matches. Got it. Cool.
What is up with private matches that they need to work to bring the experience? Is it not literally just putting it in? I don't understand that.
It's a super great
What do they
question.
have to do? This explains why we have no private match support. Like actually, like you can't change any settings. If they're working hard to bring a map, like what? I'm so confused by that.
Yeah, it's a super good question. I don't know, so whatever. So that's not in the game. Cool. Cursed Ground, new special event on Fortune's Keep, which we've already talked about. There are several cursed chests. You open it, zombies mauled at you. You can get cool shit by fending them off. There you go. The portable redeploy balloon is now in the game. All modes. All maps? Also, I think. A portable version of the popular redeploy balloons can be placed on the ground and used until it expires or is destroyed. Here's how it functions. Half the health of a normal balloon. No one's ever shot at a balloon once, so that doesn't matter. Shorter launch distance of a normal balloon. Will despawn automatically after a short time. I'm guessing that's 60 to 90 seconds. Comes with a unique icon on the map. Can be found in ground loot or as a reward. As the reward for completing a supply drop contract. As a guaranteed drop from the crate. That's interesting. So, I don't know if there exists a guaranteed reward for a supply drop until now. The only other guaranteed reward besides money is like a satchel for a scavenger. So now we also have one for a supply drop, which is interesting.
Yeah. That makes it a little bit stronger.
That might give you more incentive to do supply drops, particularly toward or heading into the late game, so that you have one of them things on you. Because frankly, I simply never do supply drops. They're usually not worth doing. And now there is definitely more incentive to doing those. You think that would be worth doing?
I mean, it's not a big enough thing to make me go out of my way and do a supply drop. But if that's like the only thing there, and otherwise maybe before I wouldn't have grabbed it, then I think like, oh, let's just grab this and do this. It can get us better positioning by giving us a portable redeploy for late game or something. But I mean, it's not, it's not going to make me go out of my way and choose that over other contracts that we would usually otherwise do.
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. I saw today Kolosseum had one late game, 6th circle, and he deployed that sucker, and you go pretty high. It's not a normal balloon, but you do get fairly high up there, which is frankly higher than I thought you would. So we had speculated it would be like equivalent to a rebirth balloon. It's more than that. You get more altitude than that with the portable redeploy balloons on Caldera. But it's definitely not a regular Caldera balloon. But it's still like quite good and quite high. And Kolosseum, like late game this afternoon, right before we started, threw that sucker down, 6th circle. There were 2 other teams left. went up and then just kind of hovered in the air really high, was looking for where everyone was. It was pretty clutch. He lost, of course, the game.
I mean, yeah, if the other team had a brain too, they also would have just shot him out of the sky immediately.
I think
it was a dumb thing to do, tent. But were they? They were on two separate teams. Okay.
But yeah, they could be pretty clutch. I'm frankly surprised at how much altitude you get from these. So these are going to be something for sure to pick up, unlike the portable decontamination station or similar things. So bomber planes are also coming back. I don't care. And they're useless. Okay.
Well, except now you're loadout and you're going to get bombed and not know about it. You're just going to explode out of nowhere. I mean, you don't hear fighter planes and they fly right over you. So
that's true. You probably won't be able to hear the bomber plane. Yeah. I've died to a fighter plane. I've never died to a bomber plane. I don't expect to either. So hopefully you're wrong, but maybe you're not. I don't know. So a couple adjustments here as well. Teammate buyback. Previously, if a player had enough money and a token, a redeploy token, the token would be consumed when buying back a teammate before the money. Now money will be used first. That's fine. I think that's probably good, because if you want to buy something else and buy your teammate back, just buy the other thing first, and then you'll have to use the token.
I was going to say, you can literally just drop the money on the ground too.
That too, yeah. I think this is probably a better system.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I don't think it matters that much in either case, but there you go.
That's what I had said when that came in early on. I was like, I like that it can buy a teammate back, but like if I have 20 grand, I would rather just spend the money. Like I don't want to waste the token on this.
Exactly.
But,
yeah.
So yeah, I think ultimately I like this better.
I agree. Fortune's Keep, the gas circle radii size and timings have been rebalanced for faster match pacing. We're going to continue to review data and sentiment as we fine-tune the Fortune's Keep experience. Faster gas. So faster matches on Fortune's Keep. You think it needed that?
Faster matches.
I feel like it didn't really need that.
I don't think so. No.
In fact, I think a lot of the reason I enjoyed Fortune's Keep is because of the pacing.
Well, people were also complaining that it was dying off too early. So is this going to solve that? The gas closing in early? Not really. Die off even quicker, wouldn't it? Then more people are being forced into the zone right away. I don't get that.
So that'll be weird.
It'll probably be so minimal you won't. It's probably one of those things you would have never noticed, but they put it in the patch notes, so now we're thinking about it. I bet it's not a massive difference, anyways.
I agree with you. It's not
probably like a few % of something.
Yeah. Fewer radar jammers dropping on Fortune's Keep and on, or no, not on so radar jammers will drop as frequently on Fortunes as they do currently on Rebirth, which is a reduction, which is good. So let's see. The armored SUV is now in the game.
Cool.
Trophy system will no longer destroy field upgrades. This is good. Every once in a while, you would push a team on a roof. They'd have a trophy down. You'd kill them, and then you'd like throw a plate box, and their trophy would destroy your plate box, which was dumb. So now that won't happen anymore. Not a big deal, but a good change. Oh, fuck my ass. Orange supply box spawn rates have been increased on Caldera. Awesome, man. Even more ways to come back and not die.
What an insane thing.
Self-res. Cool, man.
That's when we already have high value loot zones, that inside those high value loot zones have 12 orange crates.
Yeah.
There's more orange crates. There was more orange crates yesterday on Caldera than there's ever been on large map Warzone, and now we get even more. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Ted just actually is a Resurgence gamer. It's so fucking clear. It's so obvious and clear.
It's insane.
Resurgence gamers, man.
I wonder how much they've been increased, but this is not great. And more self-reses and shit, too. These fucking devs, man. And then there's a list of changes they already made. Perk Serpentine. An important update to this perk will drop shortly after today. So they're going to nerf Serpentine, excuse me. I mean, spell check your patches. Which is kind of funny. So I'm still convinced that they accidentally buffed it and they don't know what happened. Because when it first came out, it was not that good. And then I believe season 4 dropped and it was all of a sudden insane and everyone's running it for no reason. And now they're saying they're going to nerf it. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but something's fishy. Something's not adding up here.
Yeah.
Something's not adding up.
And they've seen everyone complaining about it. Why did they not have like a patch ready for it? That does almost make you think like, oh, something else is messed up with it and they're trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So this is fine, I think. It'll probably be unusable after they nerf it, but hopefully. I don't think that's the end of the world. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. Thermite stick damage is 40 instead of 30. This change results in reliable downs when sticking a target that does not have EOD equipped. Okay, there you go. So this is good. If you stick someone with a thermite with the increased health changes, that's fully plated, full health, and they don't have EOD, the blue perk, they will die. That's good.
And that's most times. Very few people run EOD on Warzone at all now. So that's going to be most people you stick, you're going to full down.
And you should.
Yes.
I mean, it's embarrassing if you get stuck with thermite and you deserve to get down. So that's good. So there you go. This is cool. Base weapons from Vanguard Season 1, 2, and 3 have been unlocked for all players. So if you were avoiding unlocking a Vanguard gun because the challenge was fuck your own ass in 30 different Cold War completed multiplayer maps 7 days in a row and you just refused to do it, now you don't have to, at least for the Season 1 through 3 guns, which is quite good. So that's a nice change, and hopefully they continue just not giving dogshit challenges going forward. And speaking of which, the Vargo S has been added to the game. This is a Vanguard AR. And luckily, they have finally started learning their lesson. The way to unlock this, get 15 close range kills. And you can do it all in one match, baby. Let's absolutely fucking go. Finally, thank Christ, they're starting to learn. This is good. You can do this in literally one match. And it's very easy to do. I recommend, of course, a shotgun if you're playing Vanguard multiplayer. And you'll get it no problem, finally.
Yeah. Shotgun riot shield. What else would you use in Vanguard?
That's, of course, what you should use.
The game is designed to be. So that's the way the game is designed to be played, yeah.
That is correct. So the Vargo's now in. I have no reports on how it does in Warzone. Do you?
I haven't seen much of anything yet, no.
Still very early, so...
Yeah, too early to tell.
Too early to tell, but we'll keep you guys posted. Because I haven't seen any streamers using it yet either, so... Zombies camos from Vanguard are now available and equipable in Warzone, so that's cool. Redacted weapons include 10 attachments and an exclusive redacted gun perk. This weapon perk is a combination of some of the most desirable gun perks. Holy shit. Fleet, Steady, Perfectionist, Vital, Hardscope, Brace, Spotter, Wreck, Mechanic, Fast Melee, and On Hand. So if you get a redacted weapon, it's going to have 10 attachments plus all of those at the same time. Jesus. So it's going to kind of feel like Specialist, sort of, if you find one of these. Is that going to outweigh the 10 dogshit attachments the devs select? Who knows? Probably not.
Probably not, no.
But yeah. But now they're in the game.
Gunsmith Gurus, though.
So, Gunsmith Gurus, by the way. Wow. And you can find these in Iron Trials as well. So, this is interesting. Recommended weapons is the next header. We are closing in on 200 weapons in Warzone. Too many. And with so many to choose from, it can be difficult to know what the right choice is when returning to the game for a new season. Correct. Starting in Season 4 Reloaded, oh no, we will be rolling out a new feature with some players where select weapons of each category will be flagged as recommended to help guide toward a weapon that is currently performing well within its class. What are the odds that these are good recommendations, Tanner?
No, the thing interesting to me is I guarantee this is like KD based. What do you mean? So it's rolling it out to some players? This is going to be part of their skill-based matchmaking system. Players with below X KD get recommended. Literally, that's probably what it is. I didn't have any
it would be like players recommended that guns on my list.
That too, that could be it.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder how they select that, because it can't just be random. I mean, there's people out there with the 0.2 KD that literally do need this help. So like they're the ones that need it. Huh.
Well, do we trust the devs to recommend weapons to new players? I'm not sure I do. They might recommend dog shit guns.
Well, they're saying currently performing well in its class. They're probably picking it based on like pick rate and stuff too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So that's interesting. I mean, I like the idea. I like the thought. Just recommend them to everyone, by the way. Let everyone see the recommendations. If you're good, you can just ignore the recommendations. You already know what to use anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know why you're only showing a select proportion recommended.
Yeah, actually, I guarantee you the M13 is on their recommended list. I fucking guarantee it.
It's certainly possible, yeah. It's certainly possible.
Yeah. Cool, man.
All right, so now we got weapon adjustments.
I dropped the clean Raven if you want to do that to just
let's absolutely
look at it easier. The link's in there.
So a lot of weapon changes and frankly some surprising ones. So let me take a giant gulp of water. Have you looked at these at all yet, Tanner?
Yeah, I've looked over them. How's that gulp, man? How's that massive gulp?
Oh, fantastic. All right, so here we go. Now, as we've recently done, we're not going to be reading specifics on these. We're not going to be telling you how many meters per second, whatever change, everything has happened. We're going to broadly say nerfed or buffed. If it's exceptional, we'll go into details, but it was boring, frankly, when we would read all the fucking changes. We'll just tell you if it got nerfed or buffed. And if you want specifics, you can go look into these yourselves. So now, with that said, let's get down here.
Get down there, man.
The changes. So the Vanguard bar, AR, nerfed. STG, nerfed. Coop, nerfed a lot, which is weird. Itra Burst, I'm not telling you what happened to it. It doesn't matter.
Come on, man. Tell us. It's right there. Tell us, man.
Tell you. I'm not.
Oh my God.
Don't use it before and still don't use it now. NZ41, nerfed. Nikita, mostly buffed. Slightly. Looks like they're trying to make it more of a sniper support gun. They gave it 2% more ADS strafe speed, which is what you would want for that type of gun.
Yeah.
So mostly buffed, I would say, which is interesting. KGM40 nerfed a decent amount. Okay, and now here's where it gets interesting. The CR-56 AMAX from Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year edition.
The AMAX, baby.
Headshot locational damage multiplier increased to 1.6, up from 1.56. Minimum damage, which is the important stat for an AR, increased to 28, up from 24. That is a large buff to the fucking AMAX.
That's probably like 2 less shots to kill or something.
It's possible. Wow. And that's not all. The Kilo. This is the most shocking weapon change I've ever seen. So the Kilo we've talked about a lot is the only fucking AR in Warzone that has like 4 damage drop-offs. I think it has 3, or had 3. Mid damage step removed. So now it has as many damage drop-offs as every other fucking AR. As
every other gun in the game.
In the entire game. And the reason it existed in the first place is because Infinity Ward wanted to nerf it, and they were too lazy to use their brains, so they said, fuck it. Let's just add another damage drop-off so that it's shit after X range or whatever. So that's been removed, which is interesting. And minimum damage increased to 23, up from 18. I hated the Kilo when it was dog shit, but it might not be dog shit anymore. That's a big fucking buff. That's a big, large buff. Wow.
Big buff boy.
And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of YouTube videos on the Kilo. Farah, buffed. Krig 6, buffed. The M13 from Modern Warfare 2019.
Was that the Game of the Year edition or the regular edition?
The regular edition, actually.
Oh, from the regular edition.
It
Okay.
was kind of buffed. Neck multiplier increased to 1.3, up from 1.01. That's big
pretty big. It's
increase
basically
in
just
a
making-
multiplier, but it's also neck damage, which
It's basically making the headshot area larger, essentially, because neck does less than head, but a lot less than like the chest now. So it's kind of just like a bigger headshot bonus,
box.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah, headshot
Yeah,
box.
that's a good way to put it, which is a decent buff for sure, but I don't know if it's a huge deal. Back to Vanguard. Sick patch notes. The Volk buffed. Probably not enough. They've tried so hard. Armaguerra nerfed. Blixen nerfed. Marco Polo nerfed. The UGR buffed. Luckily, it's unlocked for... Oh, wait. This is a Cold War gun. Never mind. This may or may not be unlocked for you. The UGR was buffed. The MW 2019 Uzi buffed. And
Hard
the Cold
with the
War-
neck shot again.
Oh, yeah. My God. 40% more neck... 41% more neck multiplier for the Uzi. And then the Cold War MP5 buffed. So that's a bizarre list of buffs. And we're not done yet. Shotguns. Oh, no. Well, I'm not on controllers, so maybe this is a good section for me. The following shotguns' max pellet damage, holy shit, have been increased by 26%. Which is a lot. And max damage for a shotgun is exactly what you want. So that's a 26% damage buff to the damage range where you are going to be using a shotgun anyway. So we might be back to Captain Jack, but we're not because the Jack 12 isn't listed. Sad. Here are the shotguns. The Ironhide, the Einhorn Revolving, the Vanguard Double Barrel. Here's what I'm worried about. The Vanguard Combat Shotgun, the MW 725, the MW Model 680, also worried about that. The MW VLK, and also worried about this, the Cold War Howler. Wowzers, bud.
I am excited, man.
To play Warzone up close and personal again, it's possible, man. I used to hate shotguns, but I need them in Warzone. So that sounds like a huge shotgun buff. Will it translate to that? Maybe, maybe not. I will definitely be letting you know, though. Hey, I'm definitely going to let you know. But that's a big fucking buff.
Yeah.
In addition to those things, the Gallo was buffed slightly. The Gracie Auto...
I've heard the Gallo is going to be the one to use.
Really?
That's what I'm hearing already, that the Gallo is going to be like the close range meta shotgun.
But the Gallo didn't get the 26% damage buff. Here's the Gallo change. Max pellet damage 25 instead of 24. That could be more than I'm thinking. I don't know. It's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, anyway.
I love the Gallo, though. I remember
It's
using
fun.
I used that in Verdansk all the time, man.
Yeah. You also used it. It was also your primary in Cold War for the 5 matches you played.
Oh, yeah. Well, what else would I have used? I mean, it was either that or a sniper.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Or a thermal LMG. Throw smoke in front of me. Sitting in the back corner
Gracie
of Nuketown.
Auto
Great game.
buffed. Origin 12 buffed. Okay. Street Sweeper buffed. At long range,
Nice,
minimum damage. That probably isn't going to matter at all. Snipers. The Vanguard car changed. Not substantially. The 3-line rifle, Vanguard. buffed a lot. The Gorenko nerfed. Marksman rifles. I'm not reading any of this. Doesn't matter.
They still use sniper ammo. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Wait, does it say they no longer use sniper ammo? No. Okay, got it. Yeah. Skip. LMGs. Whitley changed. Probably not very substantively. The UGM buffed. At least the Romald 560 DA barrel. So there you go. Attack rifles, again, well, maybe relevant. Carve 2 from Cold War. Max damage range is 33 meters, up from 30.5. Probably doesn't matter. Cold War M16. Max damage range. Or wait, no. Max damage value. 42 instead of 40. Doesn't really matter. Neck multiplier 1.21 instead of 1.1. Especially on a burst fire gun, that actually matters quite a lot. You can expect to be hitting a lot of neck shots, I would imagine, for a burst fire gun, because you aim upper torso, you do a burst, your gun goes up. So that's maybe a fairly big deal. Does that make it meta? Almost certainly not, but still a decent buff there. Pistol melee lunge distance decreased to 1.5 instead of 1.8 meters. I'm thrilled about that. Pistol changes, I don't care.
Well, hold on. The Deagle is actually buffed super, super hard. This is the Deagle, Handgun Echo M-Dub. There's already people saying the Deagle is a fucking nasty gun. I was watching Bread play earlier. He was using the Deagle as a secondary. It has an insane theoretical time to kill now. Insane. And the best thing about that is you can grab you don't have to get overkill first loadout.
Yeah.
Could be something interesting.
I mean, I fucking love the M-Dub Deagle. We could use our extremely rare, unattainable blueprint. The
Good. Yeah,
oh god,
Royal
what
Decree.
Was it called? Royal
I
Decree.
set it up this morning. I was using it, yeah.
The Royal Decree blueprint. So we could fuck around and do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Just 2D kids. Yeah, so anyway, I doubt it though. The Rat, don't care. This is interesting. For the recoil booster on all guns. Vertical recoil control will now be decreased by 1.5%. So now you're going to have more recoil if you're using a recoil booster. Which probably doesn't matter much, but I think that's probably fine.
Fun fact, it was previously only boosting horizontal recoil.
So now it's going to add vertical and horizontal recoil when you use it. Yeah.
Interesting.
So thanks for the fun fact. Weird.
Excellent
by the
fact
way,
of the day, yeah.
Weird.
Don't say fun fact.
Yeah, weird thing to say in your patch notes, but go off. Okay, the Carver vertical recoil control is a 7% boost instead of 9% now, and the M1930 Strife Angled is likewise a horizontal 7% boost to recoil control instead of 9. What are your thoughts on all those changes, on those weapon balancing changes, Tanner Dropshot?
It won't matter because Vanguard guns still have a 3-6 optic. None of these other ARs, I don't care how good the kilo is, I don't care how fast it kills. If I can't zoom as far as even a 3 times on a Vanguard optic, let alone a 6, I'm just not using it. I think M-Dub guns are definitely going to be viable now on Rebirth especially.
True.
Also Fortune's Keep to an extent, but Fortune's Keep in general, unless you're landing town, you have longer engagements, I feel, than on Rebirth most of the time. But these changes don't affect Caldera almost at all. I'm not suddenly going, I don't care if a kilo kills in 4 less bullets. If it doesn't have the optic to gun people down at 300 meters, then I'm just not going to use it on Caldera. It just still doesn't make any sense.
I agree with you. Yeah.
Glad the NZ was nerfed hard. KG seems to have been nerfed too. I don't know. We haven't played yet. I'll try it all out. I'm most excited to give the Gallo a shot. That's what I'm going to use first. You should try a different shotgun.
I'm absolutely
I'll try the
trying
Gallo.
a different shotgun.
We'll figure out what we want. What's the best?
That is the most exciting thing in the patch notes so far, including Iron Trials, including portable redeploy balloons, including what sounds like a really fun zombies mode on Rebirth. The most exciting thing for me is a massive buff to shotguns, and I cannot wait to try them. I think the standouts are going to be the combat shotgun from Vanguard, the Hauer from Cold War, and the Model 680 from MW. I don't know which of those is going to be best, but it's, I think, probably one of those, and I'm exceedingly excited to try that.
Yeah.
Fucking 26% damage buff in close range, which is when I'll be using a shotgun.
What does that mean?
That's fucking big.
Max pellet damage? So does that mean like if you hit every single pellet, it gives you a 26% increase only? What does that mean exactly? Or is that just saying each individual pellet? Or just
I think that's what it means.
So basically a max damage increase by 26%.
Damage at the max damage range, which is the close up 0 to 5 meters or whatever. That's what I'm interpreting this to mean.
Okay.
Which is the important damage range for a shotgun.
Yeah.
It is unclear. I'm always kind of confused by this because theoretically the max pellet damage is going to be, or max bullet damage is going to be a headshot at 0 meters. So is that only what they're referring to? It seems unlikely.
They don't refer to bonuses when they're talking max damage, so they don't refer to like the headshot bonus multiplier and shit.
Yeah, I think I think you're right. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. So yeah, I think it's as I said.
Also, they probably say pellet because probably if they have like slugs or something, that wasn't affected by the change. So I guess that's why they're saying pellet only.
Oh, you're probably right. Yeah, you're probably right. And the slugs actually do perform way fucking differently than the pellets.
Oh yeah, you can literally snipe people with a 725 with slugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And you can just simply miss shots that feel like they should be hitting. So
yeah.
So I'm very excited for that. All the other changes, too early to tell. I don't think tac rifles are going to enter the meta at all. Whitley might be decent, although I doubt it strongly. And then the real question is going to be, what is going to be the long range AR meta now on Caldera?
I bet it's still probably going to be the KG. I'm going to try the KG and see how it feels.
Dude, it could be the Farah or the Krig, because those both got buffed.
Oh yeah, you can use those optics. I won't be using those on Caldera, but yeah, try it.
Yeah, well,
you're a fucking idiot if you do, but go ahead, try it.
Okay, we'll see. Hey, we'll let you guys know what the meta turns out to be, but all in all, pretty good changes, I think. And we have to kind of wait and see what happens. So, okay, moving on here. Operators, download sizes. That's pretty much it.
Nothing else matters. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is that for Season 4 Reloaded, at least as far as the patch notes are concerned. Today's Absolute broadcast is sponsored by Kolosseum. Kolosseum.co is the fantasy football of Warzone. Users can enter the Friday freebie contest for free, as the name implies. Every single week, you can go to their website, KOLOSSEUM.co, and draft your ideal Warzone team. You pick up to 6 streamers and stay under a salary cap. And based on how well they do with wins and kills for that weekend, you get points. And if you do really well, you can win cash. The top 5 dream squads with the most fantasy points win a percentage of the pot. And new signups increase the free $75 prize pool up to $150 every week. So the more of you enter, the bigger that pot gets. I love this. It's an awesome idea. A great way for you guys to theory craft, compete against each other, see which streamers are better than others, see which strategies are better than others. And it's free to enter, it's free to sign up, and you can win real life money if you pick well. What's not to love there? It's awesome. When picking your squad, use the stats they provide on the website and their salary to make the best decision. Use promo code DROPSHOT when you make an account at Kolosseum.co to help us out. Once again, KOLOSSEUM.co. Make an account, use creator code, promo code, whatever, DROPSHOT, and start winning some cash with no money down. All right, now a couple hidden patch notes. First of all, in the settings, there is now a new setting in so for us it's under keyboard and mouse and then subcategory weapons and equipment in Warzone. For controller, I would assume it's under controller, weapons and equipment.
Yep.
Gas mask is toggle only, is now an option. So if this is disabled, the gas mask works as before, auto applied when you enter the gas. If it's toggle only, it'll only be put on when you toggle it by the player. Does this setting work? Maybe.
No.
We'll let you know. It doesn't work?
It does not. It's not actually coming out till season 5. They just already put it in the game.
Okay.
Which is why they didn't say anything about it. It's not coming out till season 5. Ted said that on Twitter.
Yeah, so you probably can't bind the key, which is why you can't do it yet. So definitely don't enable this yet, because otherwise you'll just never put a gas mask on. Or maybe
I wonder how that works.
Maybe
actually,
do
yeah.
enable it so you never put a gas mask on. Maybe that's the play, and then you won't die that way. That's a joke.
Well, it probably just doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it probably just doesn't do anything. So there's a hidden
We'll
patch
still
note.
put it on auto.
But that is coming to the game, which is good. Which is cool. So, Ground War, our friend of the pod, the gaming definition, TGD, British lad in it, who's got a lot of...
Isn't it, bruv?
They got a lot of problems over there already. And now to add to the problems, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 has now removed Ground War from the game.
That's crazy.
The reason they did this almost certainly is because recently they accidentally changed the health total in Ground War multiplayer to 150.
Yeah.
Every good player on the TL that I see was loving this change because a higher TTK means a bigger skill gap, wider skill gap. And I suspect that because of that, they're just taking out Ground War and are going to fix it relatively soon.
Or they'll never fix it.
Or they'll never fix it because I don't know how popular Ground War is. Yeah, that's another option.
I mean, you could go play Ground War right now and find a lobby quicker than Vanguard multiplayer.
That's probably true also. Yeah. I'm going to be honest. That's also probably true. But there you go. That's that. So moving on here. Let's see. Our next section. News and upcoming changes. So there are probably more hidden patch notes that we just don't know about yet. And we will, of course, keep you guys apprised on that. But yeah, now on to news and upcoming changes. Overall, kind of a small little mid-season update, but nothing terrible with an asterisk. We'll get into it. Tanner, what do we got?
So the World Series of Warzone is coming back.
Whoa.
So they say, grab your trio, drop into World Series of Warzone to see if you have what it takes to battle out for a share of 600,000. So last year, it was $1 million, by the way, wasn't it? So they're,
I believe so.
You know, they dropped it quite a bit this year. I don't know why that is. If it's because the game's not nearly as popular as it was on Verdansk last year when they did it, I don't know. But so basically, there's an open tournament from August 8th to the 15th for Europe, and also the same one that same time for North America.
The 12th.
Let's click on it, see what it says. What did I say?
I think you said the 8th.
Okay. So tournament format, each individual's best 10 games using a certain scoring system, aggregated performance based on 3 players per registered trio. Top 40 of those squads will be invited to advance to the World Series of Warzone qualifier. So basically, I think this is how it was last time. It's like a playlist. You played with your squad. If you did well enough at the end of it, I don't think there's any way of knowing. You would just get invited at the end of it. So they probably don't actually take the top 40. They probably see the people they want in and invite them in or something. But yeah, they pretend that it's an open. So if you are super sweaty and want to try to compete in the Warzone Open, August 12th, you can start at 9 a.m. Your 10 best performances. So find your trio, try to compete. Top 40 teams make it to the qualifier. Then from there, it like goes down to 20 teams, and then there's like the 20 invited teams, which are like all the pros that they pick. And then it goes into the finals. So yeah, seems pretty much identical to how it was last time from what I remember. Oh, and it also has the same thing this year where it's the $100,000 solo tournament, which is what was popular last year. Scump won that. Scump, who is a
Okay.
CDL player, had played 4 games of Warzone ever, dropped into the solo, one match, winner takes all, and he won it.
It's so insane.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that was the one. Was that him?
I don't remember.
That was him, yeah. It was like 1v1. He was like, he beat Aiden, or Aiden was in the top 3. I don't know, but he won $100,000 from that. Everyone was running like riot shields. It was a fucking disaster.
I do remember it being
shit.
a fiasco. Yeah, but I don't remember who won. So the scoring for this, by the way, is the same or very similar to how it was last time, which is that you get 1 point per kill, but if you get toward first place, you get a different multiplier. So if you get first place, you get double 2 points per kill. And then if you get like 2nd through 15th, you get 1.5 multiplier bonus on each kill you've gotten. So placement matters and kills matter. But if you get first place with 0 kills, you get 0 points. So kills matter a lot, but placement's going to make a huge difference too, which is good. So I like that format for watching tournaments. I think it's a great format because people don't rat quite as much because kills really do matter.
Yeah. So you do, by the way, have to register your team on game battles, I guess. So you go on game battles. The roster lock happens on the 15th. So you can, even after this starts, you can still go on game battles and form your team or whatever. But there's like a World Series of Warzone playlist on there. You select your team, and that's how you're locked in as a group.
So that's pretty cool. You don't have to pay any money to compete. You just simply queue for trios with your squad and just try and do well for a couple days. And if you do super well, you will get invited. Which I think is cool. And if you don't
like your dog shit squad, you can say, see ya, guys. You can form a different one with 2 other people and try it with someone else.
That's correct. Yeah. So I quite like this. I think it's cool. I'm excited for Jake, Bandit, and whoever they pick for their carry.
Jake won't be awake, so they absolutely won't be doing that.
I
think Jake already gave up playing tournaments.
What do you mean he won't be awake, man?
He goes to bed at fucking 5 p.m. He can't play in any of these tournaments. He already gave up. He doesn't even play in the tournaments anymore.
He gave up, man?
Haven't you? Yeah, he gave up, man. He already
for
quit.
3 days, full-ass days, isn't it?
That's true, yeah.
So you could at least qualify at a time. Yeah, it's a separate playlist, Jake.
It should be a separate playlist, but you still have to register your team.
Yeah. So Jake, Bandit, and whoever, they're going to name their team, of course, the Dropshot podcast, and then they're going to win. And then they're going to win, and I'm excited for that. So cool. That'll be fun to watch, though. Actually, I do like those tournaments, and I watched.
Jared was for a squad, Jake.
I haven't watched every World Series of Warzone event, but I've watched a number of them. I'd say the majority, and they are fun to watch because you know everyone in it. It's cool.
Yeah.
Once it gets, not the open obviously, but once it gets to the finals. So
and as usual, I can't wait to see how many teams of those 40 that make it in have wallers that end up getting caught later on.
That will be
that aren't banned by Rico
I'm gonna
chat.
guess 39. Yeah,
30,
I guess 39 of those 40 teams. So anyway, there you go. What do we got next?
I don't know. What do we have next? This is from Charlie Intel. Data miners have found references in the new Warzone update to a campaign early access bonus for MW2. No other details have been announced, but that is in the files. That's kind of cool. It would actually honestly be ideal since no one wants to play Vanguard anymore. People are burnt out on Warzone. If they drop the campaign, honestly, like a month early, that they wouldn't do that early. It won't matter. It'll be a day early.
Yeah,
and no one will give a shit. But it really would be cool if they dropped it really early, like around the time the beta comes out, like the next weekend after the beta or something, the multiplayer beta, to let people get their hands on and actually play MW, and instead of waiting and having to play the other disasters that we're currently playing. So I don't know if they've ever done this before. I'm not sure. They haven't done it in the last few years. I know that for sure.
Not in quite a while, if ever. Yeah.
So maybe it's been done, but
I would really like this because once the game comes out, I am not going to want to play campaign first thing. But if campaign's the only thing I can play for like a week, I'll play the fuck out of it.
That's actually a fucking great idea for them to do. Yeah, they should launch. The campaign should always launch earlier if they want people to play it. Because you're absolutely right. It all sounds fun in game. It all sounds great. until it comes out, and then you don't. I thought about playing the Vanguard single player. I was like, oh, this sounds fun. World War II campaign. Game came out. I never touched it again.
Yeah.
I never even launched it. But if it's out early and I have nothing else to do, I would rather play the MW2 campaign than continue to play Resurgence Caldera.
Mm-hmm.
So I like it. Hopefully they end up doing this. And we pre-ordered the highest tier bundle, so we should absolutely get early access.
Get access to it. Yes, that is correct. We might be blacklisted, but everyone else who did, yeah.
Oh yeah, we won't get it. Yeah.
I also wonder if in campaign you'll be like leveling guns, and then when the actual game comes out, you have like a level like 40 M4 or something.
Yeah,
that'd be pretty nice. I don't know if the current campaigns level the guns if you're using them.
Sure doesn't.
Are you sure about that?
No.
Got it.
But I'm almost sure it doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, Zombies levels your guns, multiplayer, Warzone, which is a different fucking game, and Spec Ops. So why wouldn't campaign? I mean, you might be right. It's just
Spec Ops.
I mean, I don't know. I made it up. No idea.
I mean, all of those things are like on. All of those things you just mentioned are on like internet servers because they're played online, except for campaign. So. Yeah,
that's a good point, actually.
I mean, if it did, I'd be just grinding campaign missions over and over again. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. No, you can't. You can play Zombies offline, and you'll still level your gun. They might store that information client side, or like accounts. Well, yeah, if it was account side, you'd have to log in. I don't know. Anyway, something to think about. But either way, that doesn't really matter that much. I'll level the gun in 2 minutes anyway, because I'm a demon.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
but that's exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Also, Thomas Henderson is claiming that MW2 multiplayer will be revealed in September. We did not hear this today, but we heard it recently. If Tom Henderson is saying it, he's right. So we will get the multiplayer reveal in September, which annoys the fuck out of me, because that is entirely too close to launch.
And know what the most exciting thing is? The beta's coming out mid-September. Early September, I'm going to be out of town. I'm going to be in Hawaii. Can't wait for the reveal to come out when I'm gone. Yep. Anytime I go on vacation anywhere, they reveal a game. Something big happens every fucking time. They launch a game. On the weekend, I booked a trip 5 months prior. Yeah, it's going to be great. Can't wait. So
yeah,
start looking for a fill-in for me, buddy. There'll be a lot to talk about. Well, and I won't be here. Smile.
You might be.
I could do a live call-in. I could do a live AirPod call-in on chilling beachside.
I think we will. Yeah, I think we'll look into that. So we have plenty of time to prepare, unfortunately. But there you go. If you're looking forward to a reveal for multi soon,
cringe.
Get fucked, I guess. Yeah, this is dumb. I don't know why they're revealing it so fucking late.
Boring month for Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Why would they reveal it the same month as the beta? Do it earlier. Start getting me excited.
Insane. Yeah.
Get me off. Get me excited and get me off.
Speaking of getting Tanner off and excited, GTA 6 has been revealed, some details, and will have a playable female protagonist. The game is set in Vice City, which is like a fictionalized LA, I believe.
Nope, Miami,
which is what I said.
Try.
And is set for release between April 2023 and March 2024.
And
which
Tom
is, by the way, an 11-month
so.
time span.
Yeah.
By the way, so that's not the
this is
narrow time, but
yeah.
You're a
and this is not
fan.
Official. This is just leaks, but it's from Bloomberg.
It's from Bloomberg.
It's real, but it still isn't anything official. So we have no idea when the game's coming out. I think usually when Rockstar reveals or even announces there's a game coming out, it's like a year till it comes out. So yeah, we have a ways to go still.
A ways to go, indeed.
I'm excited to play as a female. And in the last GTA, there were 3 playable characters, 3 different main story missions that you followed, and you can swap between the characters as you wish and kind of do certain missions with other player or a different character. So this may be like that too.
I think this will be like that. Yeah.
I actually like that part of the game. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think that's cool too. And I think this will be the same thing. I don't think it's going to just make their primarily male audience play as a female and only a female. I think.
Oh well, they won't care. They all go and hire hookers in game anyways, so they love the females. You know, best part about the game. It's the only reason people play GTA. You don't like sitting in a dark parking lot with a whore. The sex worker.
Sex worker. Yeah, we're
Sex
sex
worker.
positive here. Sex work is in fact real work. All right. So other than that, Tanner, anything else?
No.
Okay. So still a lot of unknowns with respect to how the actual meta is going to feel. Is the new gun good? What's the meta long range AR? Can I use a shotgun in Warzone and it be viable? More info to come on all of those things. We will, of course, be letting you guys know. But that is that. Wait, where's the sun? Where's the sun glare thing?
That was gonna go in the first impressions because you need to experience it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. So,
Verdansk lighting is back, guys. Are you guys excited?
yeah, so we'll get more into that once we see the
Fuck
sun.
you,
but
cocksucker.
just a spoiler alert: the sun might be worse now. So that's it, boys and girls. We are out of here. We're gonna be streaming some gameplay right now, but the podcast is ending. So hope you guys enjoyed. Patreon.com/the Dropshot. We just had one of our best bonus eps ever go live for Platinum and Damascus patrons. Check that out. We covered DMZ leaks, a lot of which have not been talked about anywhere else. And I'm very, very pleased with that episode. We do 7 bonus episodes per month, a monthly hangout and more. So check it out. It's the best way to support the show. Once again, patreon.com/the Dropshot. That is it. We'll see you guys Saturday. Thank you all for watching and listening. Have an excellent evening, of course, and stay humble also.
Stay humble.